Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Blindly Plays Dual Destiny. Today, I believe, we need to prove that the killer could fly. Your Honor, Your Highness, Your Honor, what? What evidence do you have that the killer flew away? It's in the new- oh wait, not that one. Right? Oh no, it is that one. Alright, yeah. Take a look at this special edition paper. Temotaro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove? Temotaro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in the article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in the photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window. Mr. Justice, you not seriously suggesting... Oh, I'm serious. That's why I'm going to lose my license. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Temotaro, flew away. You know, in some way or another.
Silence.
That's stupid. It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay then, how about the Temotaro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished in the thin air? No, there's a rational, common sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai are Trixie Tanuki, witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tema or his daughter Jinxie Tema. However, we know that Mayor Tema was already unconscious at the time. Gulp. Not good. No, not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants? And the appearance of the Temotaro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. What? No! Like, calm down, Vader. Order! Order! The fence will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever! Little Scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up the mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackquill's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out a window. Huh. Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap card? What do we do now, Apollo? Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only had one. Bailiff, seize her. It is time I interrogate her as the samurai of Yorewood. Hold it! Oh, hello. Me, Temma? Huh. This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Temotaro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were a yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by the blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costuming roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess? Wait. I haven't agreed to this! Apollo, Prosecutor Blackquill's up to his mind games again! May Tenma, no! Don't fall for his twisted words! If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone, and we'll have to put her in an orphanage, and you know what happens to their souls there! The real killer is... May Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something! But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away! Caw, caw, caw. look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time of my return. Huh? Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. Oh, shit. Caw, 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 foolish mortals! I am Tenma-Taro, the yokai you seek! May Tenma? Silence! I am Tenma-Taro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber! Behold, the return of the Demon King! What the? Demon King? Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation! I'm not gonna lie. I 1000% thought we were gonna have a Sailor Moon transformation there for some reason. The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tenma-Taro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed. Look at me fondle the air. It is I, Tenma-Taro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. The child is Tenma-Taro, you say? Ha! What nonsense. So May Tenma is a yokai now. Caw, caw, caw! The body is mine! Fondle, fondle, fondle! So you're saying that May Tenma is being possessed by you? And the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you. The accused power of warding charms prevent me from revealing my true form. Your baldness! This is stupid! Arrest him! This can't be interpreted as an admission of guilt. Can this not be interpreted as, yeah. Well, confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense case has been overturned. Huh? What? You claim the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber, but it was the accused all along. Ah! Ironic, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. All for the Alderman's killer. For the Alderman's killer is none other than May Tenma, and the yokai at the scene. That too was May Tenma, or should I say, our dear Tenma-Taro. The pieces have been all falling into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackquill? What do you mean, how so? It seems I must spell it out for you. May Tenma killed the Alderman in the Fox Chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the Forbidden Chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow to the head the Alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled upon the scene. Little Scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma-Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma-Taro then fled from the Fox Chambers. And you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by Tenma-Taro. Objection! That's not... But we have a photo... Look at this photograph! But when we arrived at the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How's that possible if he was supposed to have flown out of the foyer window? Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of Kyubi Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma-Taro? No? Ah! Rah, caw, caw, caw. That too is easily explained. Flew about for a time I did, but presently tired, I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the Fox Chamber and I knew no more. Huh. It seems the pieces are still in place. Is Blackquill on drugs? Like everyone else in this court? I don't know what to say. How about just hold everyone here in contempt of court? Is the defendant a real live? So the rumor about May Tenma is true? I knew yokais were real. You mean he really did kill the Alderman just so he could release Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai. So Simon says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. To be fair, our client is literally on the stand saying he is possessed by a yokai. The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should have no qualms now finding the accused guilty of baldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career, and that's saying a lot. Otherworldly, in fact. I mean, dog, like, literally every case of Phoenix Wright we've had, except for, like, the first two and the flashbacks, had a teenage girl transform into her dead sister. Oh, and that one time the fucking preschooler did. And actually it was like 3 times, right? Yeah, it was a couple times Pearl turned into Mia, right? So it was, yeah, I don't know if this one's that much more bizarre, to be quite honest. I don't really fucking think it's that much more bizarre.
Objection!
Maybe Temur is pretending to be Temitard to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locker room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Just like your sex life, Judge. Since both sides have raised valid point, I have no choices but...
Silence!
There's silence, apparently. Ha! This is the dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. I mean, to be fair, most of the prosecutors have been kind of the ones fabricating evidence throughout our entire career here. How will I sleep tonight? I don't know. On a metal slab bolted to a wall, I would hope? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence!
Then prove it by joining me. Join me, Justice, on the dark side of the law. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. No, there's a lot to dispute, to be quite honest. A guilty verdict is all but... Oh! What the fuck? What's wrong with him? Ha! Prosecutor Blackquill, we've had enough of your hijinks! The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation. Did you just taser him? Oh my god! What in the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? Ha ha ha! Seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special Jolt of Justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. You shall pay for this. I summon Blackquill voucher. Ah! I mean, to be fair, good? Yeah, Anna. Union not fair. I believe Prosecutor Blackquill will remain on his best behavior. You couldn't have done this earlier when he broke his shackles and started, like, fucking slashing things? A bit late for the reassurance, aren't we, Detective? Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigation. This court is adjourned. You know, I was actually gonna say, like, this trial is feeling pretty long, like, in terms of the length, because I feel like we were in that trial for a while, and I don't think that's completely true. I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, 120, blaze it. That's not how that works, Chronos. Sure, oh my god, okay, hi. Having you guys testify in court is unprecedented to say the least. I am Temitard, the yokai you seek. How can such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tema suddenly become a demon? It's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackquill is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit. Wait, what about the investigation? I'm back! Oh god, no! Truthy! We share the same voice! You can't be here! Oh, you're in the stage outfit. Back from work? Yep, I really needed the magic trick I've been working on. Also, I'm always dressed like this. I don't have any other clothes. Also, I heard about those tricks that were conjured up in Quarterly today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick? I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all the craziness. Anyway, our next trick is the finest suspect other than the mayor. You know the killer must have used the air duct to escape. And whoever did that was the Tematar that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts now! Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear! Okay. Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panties. I wonder where all that stuff goes. That is a fantastic question, to be quite honest. Okay, let's go over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos! Can I steal that wrestling mount? Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... I wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I started real bad for him. We have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. I thought you were going for a run. The air duct is the key. We know that Tematar impersonator used it to make an escape. Alright, so what? Athena, I'll give you 5 fingers and you just go into the air duct? And maybe you can get in, like, crawling from the outside. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Oh yeah, so just go out there and climb in, see if you see anything. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the foxhole chamber. Foxhole chamber? I think saying drop the key into the fox made my brain fill it in with foxhole. Through the vent, air vent there. Then went back through the air duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. The killer passed through the air duct. Maybe we'll find some evidence here. That's what I was saying. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting! Just don't get stuck. I'm nice for the volunteer me for the job. Oh, it's pitch black in here. Well, here was nothing. If you don't know what a foxhole is, it's like a dug out trench, right? It's used in war. So it says, yeah, you know what? Cough, cough, wheeze, sputter, cough. 1 second, let's look up the real definition of a foxhole. Apparently there's a game called Foxhole on Steam. I don't know if it's any good. Definition. There we go. A den or burrow for fox, a hole in the ground used by troops as a shelter against enemy fire or a firing point. Okay. So, a pit dug usually in a hurry for individual cover against enemies. So it's not really like a trench or like a big hiding spot. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it is. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Cough, cough, wheeze, sputter, cough, cough. I don't get it. Alright, sorry about that. Call from an imaging place to set up an appointment. Apollo, yikes! What happened? You're covered in dust! Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? Dust! Did you not hear me? You know how dust collectors are on something when... dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, Mr. Wright's desk back at the... I think Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You think it's possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? Seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting... No one's gone through the air duct lately? Kinda looks that way. And if that's true, May Temin is gonna be fingered as the killer. But if we don't turn things around quickly... Injustice we serve! Ah. Ha ha ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice. But it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Yeah! The Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on. Where's the never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. And besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. I mean, she's right. Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? About the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you call me a bad guy ever again, understood? We did it, Apollo. We manipulated him. How long can we keep this up? Alright, man. The investigation? Can't believe Prosecutor Blackquill would stoop that low. I mean, the pinning of blame on yokai? I mean, we're the one that's fucking brought it up, man. He really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt I'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write, Dotard? Yeah, a few times, 1,000 times. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackquill, not Professor Blackquill, we're not in fucking school here, believes Jinxie Tenma planted the yokai stuff. Planted in the effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right. I can see him prove it. I mean, that's his job. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. That was at the base of the cliff just outside the QB Manor. Wait, that isn't the staff Tematara was supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only. Ms. Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way. Well, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like this staff might have belonged to the mansion, but if that's the case, where in the mansion did Temataro get it from? Do we have that in court records? No. Should I try? I mean, I doubt that'll work. Okay, yeah, obviously not. Nothing on the Blackquill letter is kind of... kind of insane. So it was the spirit that killed the alderman. That's right. He'd been in a drug-induced sleep, but woke the moment he was impaled. That's when he was struck back at his attacker. That's almost superhuman. Justice cannot allow evil to exist unopposed, even if it means sacrificing one's life. Maybe you two could strike back even if you were impaled. I mean, you're full of justice. Really? Or are you just saying that because because that's my name, Athena? How about Jinxie's statement? No? I think we showed everything else to you past that point. Alright, the Nine Tails. Did Prosecutor Blackquill figure out that the victim was the amazing Nine Tails? He did indeed. Well, he's a sharp one, alright. He figured out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. I mean, it's not that hard. Chronos got it, and if Chronos got it, fucking anyone can get it. The amazing Nine Tails sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered the great hero. The amazing Nine Tails fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestler or hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened, man. You know, fandoms get a little overboard, especially in wrestling, actually anywhere. But like, if you look at the Chris Benoit stuff, you don't know who Chris Benoit was. He was a wrestler who killed his wife and young child, and then himself. And to this day, there are people that just, I don't know, it's weird. It's like they go out of their way to either just believe these weird conspiracy theories. Even like, I think it was, I don't know, maybe a week ago at this point, Kevin Sullivan passed away. He was a wrestler as well. And there was a conspiracy theory that he's the one that actually killed Benoit and his wife Nancy and child, because he used to be married to Nancy until his wife started having an affair with Chris. That was years ago. I don't know, man. Some people on the internet really need to take a break sometimes, I feel like. Like, actually not feel like, it's just 1,000% a definite, like, just take a fucking break sometimes, alright? Because doing this guy died recently of natural causes, and while he wasn't probably the best person, I know there was some other stuff in his past as well that is not great. He didn't murder fucking anyone, but people were like talking shit on him, bringing up the whole conspiracy theories about Chris Benoit when he died. Like he actually fucking did it, and he didn't, right? I mean, you have to be fucking insane to believe that. Oh my god. Anyways. Fandoms in general, when they go too deep, Durin's Bane shows up and just brain rots everyone, it feels like. Doesn't matter what fandom it is, could be a fucking kids show. Alright, anyways, before I go off on a huge tangent and just spend most of this episode raging, just take a step back every once in a while, right? If you start feeling like just too involved in something that you actually have no involvement in, just take a step back pretty much when it comes to like fandom stuff. Anyways, they must have been shocked when they found out what happened, especially when you start believing stupid fucking conspiracy theories. Anyways, speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? I mean, we just saw this, so hurry up and skip through it. I know they were luchadors, I get it. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We gotta become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tem is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. That's probably unlikely. There's been a lot of shit mayors, governors, whatever you want to call it. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of figure 4 leg lock. Woo! As they say. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. I mean, you wouldn't really be the first lawyer, apparently. Are there any other new developments we should know? Oh, that you mention it. Our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What'd he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words, I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals. And other things of that nature kinda hurt my feelings. I wonder what Mayor Temma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him yourself, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. You know, I know. Why don't you just wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Ha ha ha. I'm 23. She's 18. When now, Apollo? How about regrouping at the agency? Good idea. You might be able to get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright, but that's very unlikely while we're there. Nothing else. And we didn't get anything, so it's really... Lawyer badge? So this is my attorney's badge. No. Present it with more confidence and more conviction. Like this! In justice we trust! Okay, how's this? Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Here comes justice! Oh, that was amazing! But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Let's see you do it 10 more times. Okay, I'll try my best. Apollo, what are you doing? How do you talk me into this? Anything else here? I feel like all this stuff we already showed you, so if you have anything to say, you probably already heard it. I would imagine anyways. I could be, I could be wrong. Such a goodly scene. I won't rest till the murderous fiend is behind bars. This is new, I think. It's not letting me skip it. So you still think Mayor Tem is responsible? That's right! Damien Temma is an evil fiend who must be banished from this world. Now take my hand and together we will defeat that evil. I think you're forgetting that Mayor Tem is still my client. I mean, you're right. Alright, buddy. Oops. I was told that there are some cases where you can show stuff twice. and new stuff will arise. I don't know if there's actually any clear way of me knowing or seeing it. Maybe if it unlocks something, like I could show it twice and get a different thing. Right? Maybe if it unlocked like a conversation piece, I could show it again. Maybe? I don't know. So, we gotta go back to the Wright Agency, but... Any ideas? So the crime scene was Loctite at the time. Ugh. This is a tough one. The only people in the locked room were the deceased, the alderman and the mayor. Maybe the killer hid somewhere in that room? But is there really anywhere to hide in the Fox chamber? I mean, really, what would the Fox say? That's quite a day in court. The news just can't stop talking about how the demon Tementaur made an appearance. There's never an exorcist around when you need it. Well, I mean, you're right. I heard that the judge actually held an exorcism in the court after that. Good. Let's hope it's the last we'll see of that pain in the neck yokai. I don't know. I have a feeling Tementaur could exorcise an exorcist. As an attorney defending a demon, I know exactly how that feels. Let's see. Book. I don't know. I like her like crying. That sounds weird, but the sprite where she's like crying, fist gripped in the air, is kind of hilarious. Do you think the Tementaur Jinxie thought was the real killer? It's hard to say at this point. But if that's not our killer, then what was it doing in the manor? Maybe it just wanted to use the bathroom? Huh? I heard of monsters in the closet and under the bed, but they're in the bathroom too? Oh yeah. You ever see Psycho? I mean, it's not really a demon monster, it's a demon person. No, what I was saying is the Tementaur Jinxie saw was someone dressed up like a yokai. I mean, there's no such thing as monsters in the bathroom. People, on the other hand. Oh, I get it. That's what that was your attempt at a joke. Very funny. For some reason, for someone so competitive and smart, she sure gets some crazy ideas. Yeah, she's your assistant. They have to be partially insane. Can't believe Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales. Maybe that's why the killer targeted him? His popularity among the anti-merger faction would have been a major obstacle. Yeah, maybe the Alderman felt threatened and that's why he had to disguise himself. I don't know. Nothing for those two. Probably nothing for these things. I'm surprised we didn't actually go to the foyer or anything like that just a second. I know we probably will in a second. Oh, this one's old. Also old. Also old. Alright. Nothing else? Let's go! To the foyer, actually. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Yeah, I kind of figured there's not going to be anyone new here until we actually progress the story, but may as well check. Alright, to the Anything Agencies, baby. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases, and I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at this edge of a cliff, and the only way down is the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged in. Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright. Kind of figured. How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? Talk? Our defense sucks. I was watching to you in the morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know. I've heard enough to defend a yokai. I never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped the locked room. Yeah, well, we just found that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we gonna get out of this one? You want to blow up the courthouse? The worst of time is when lawyers have to force their biggest smile. The worst of times are when lawyers... Okay, sure. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor told me that back when I was still learning the trade. She told me to return to the basics whenever I get stuck. Return to the basics? That's right, always believe in your client, no matter what happens, even if they tell you they're guilty. Just believe that they didn't do it. It'll work out fine. That's the lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Our defense. No, wait, no, you and Athena. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? They allowed you back in? Why haven't I heard of this? Oh yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. Well, I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It's like fate brought us together. And thanks to Mr. Wright, I became a lawyer at all. It's thanks to Mr. Wright I became a lawyer at all. Yeah, I bribed them with a lot of money. I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Because Lord knows I'm dead inside. Oh my god. This one is so fucking weird. Oh, it's nothing special. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like cute or adorable. It's horrifying. I don't know. Is it supposed to be like a cat face? I think it's kind of like a cat mouth, but it looks kind of like a stretched, like, skin beak. I don't know. Maybe... Sorry, Athena. I know it's probably not a nice thing to hear, but still. Maybe I underestimated the analytical psychology of hers. Or underestimated. It's just that I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books. So nice she actually became a lawyer. At the tender age of 18, no less. Yes, almost superhuman. Or personal. Like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Oh, are you trying to help somebody you know? Alright, I'm totally pumped up about after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when your lawyers have to force their biggest smile. And don't forget to return the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright. Yeah? I'm gonna go visit our client again. I think it's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. Me and Tama, we want to talk to you about something. Kasha! Eek! Ka! So my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tema again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste! Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. Starting to wonder if he should even be helping him with his freedom. Ah, fondle the air. Still, we can't let Mayor Tema stay possessed. You know what I mean? If you clear me of these charges, I shall be help in whatever manner I may. Now ask me what you will! I suppose it's worth a shot. You wanna see my badge? I was hoping you'd take a look at this. An offering to me, quite admirable. But the best thing you could offer me is the win my freedom, ka. Right. This? Nope. This. Really? Nothing on the blackmail letter. That's shocking, actually. Alright. Well, how about we just talk then? Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed. The remnants of Tematar, king of the underworld, they be! The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand! Ka! Surprisingly, he claims the feathers and the tracks are planted by Jinxie. The what's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once.
Huh? May I tell me, is that you?
Well, now Damien appears to still reside with his body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien! This little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Ottoman Q, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence will have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. If I had slain the mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed my ashes. Yikes. So you're saying there must have been somebody else in there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he had been clubbed with a statue. I better ask about this too. Statue? No. Oh, present statue? What, might I ask, is this? This is the statue we found in the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tem in the head with it. And it had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Was it? Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Kruby, it would seem. He, however, had no chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the maid was struck. After that, Damien does not know. Of that, Damien doesn't know. A secret gift, interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it? So ask Jinxie? Oh, Ascendant of Ninetails, perhaps. It would seem he doing quite well these days. Yeah, he's a huge hit with the kids all the way up to their grandparents. Seems I've been resting on my laurels for too long. It is time I too debut in the mortal world and rekindle my struggle against the wily fox.
That's the spirit.
It's a wily fox, Chronos. Whatever. You can make your debut as soon as you get the not guilty verdict. Then I had best return to top form. Push-ups and sit-ups should do for now. Caw caw caw. Is he playing a new career as a pro wrestler? Also, are you actually, like, not possessed, clearly, but are you having some sort of psychotic breakdown? Maybe did you get hit in the head and that caused some damage? Like bleeding? Because do you think you actually are Tematara right now? Alright. So you will say stuff now, but it's just to like the statue and the mask? Okay, that's fine. What you remember? Did that Fulbright mention that you might have something new to tell us? Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key after a short while ago. Behold, the keys to the Forbidden Chamber. Whoa, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? Bah! I do not waste my powers on just parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight? But no fingerprints shall you find upon that key. And you know that, it was in his stomach. Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then? Foolish mortal! You would have me, Tematara, act as some asinine alchemist? But I asked the jailer and he will, my will was done, quite eagerly, I must add. Gah ka ka. Is an honor to serve your benevolence. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask you how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening long ago, I would have made my return. He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about the whole thing, how the whole thing works. Forbidden Chamber key. Okay. I should question about the Blackquill letter too. Let's see what he has to say when I show it to him. I mean, I already fucking did. Also, I didn't mean to select it again. Alright, hurry up. To the end, please. To the windows, to the walls, to Tematara drips off the balls. Alright, so here? Okay, no. You don't want to look at the key. Blackmail letter. Why this? This is the accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. He believes someone, probably the killer, stole it from Maytemra's briefcase. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you? Ka! You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Okay, what if I show it to you again? Why, this is exactly the same. Alright, here you go. We'll try afterwards. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of this. Oh, you don't say, huh? Letter Damien's aide, Florent Lebel. Full knowledge of the briefcase content did that aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer. Oh, then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer you were looking for. That is preposterous. Just because there was an anime showing him doing it does not make him the murderer. He's my most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien.
You think Maytemra is a bit too trusting of those around him?
Still, this is huge. Huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent Lebel. Here comes justice.
Let's go find Mr. Lebel and rake him over the coals. And stab him a few times.
Okay, thanks for the help. You just given us a major lead. Okay, now we'll try showing it to him again.
Huh. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. Lebel is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the forbidden chamber?
We should probably have searched it. We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem.
How do we open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole?
Battering ram? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Fondle. This? No? Okay. Well, that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye.